All right, so we're live again. Um, all right, so we're talking about the significant changes that happens when children hit puberty, and then we've talked about hormonal changes. We've mentioned growth spurts, and we've mentioned development of sexual characteristics. Now, the next one is maturation of reproductive organs. All right. So at this stage, it's important to note that at this stage, the body is now matured to reproduce. The body is now matured to reproduce. Right. So the next one okay. So we look at the parts of puberty. Puberty can be divided into different stages. We look at the stages of puberty. Number one, we have the pre-pubertal stage. Now, this pre-pubertal stage is the stage before the child attains puberty. This is the stage before puberty, and it's usually between the age of 7 to 10 years. So when a child is in the range of 7 to 10 years, between the range of 7 to 10 years, that child is at the pre-pubertal stage. So it becomes very important that at this stage, you begin to teach them about things that they should expect during puberty. You begin to teach about the things that will likely happen to the body as they ascend puberty. So it's important that the child know what puberty is and what to expect at this time, right? At this time, the pre-pubertal stage is the best time to talk about puberty. Okay, so for instance, for the girls, this is the best time to start talking to them about menstrual flow. All right, so the next one is the early puberty stage. Now, this initial onset, this one involves the initial onset of puberty, marked by hormonal changes and growth spurts. So this is where it becomes very obvious that this child or a child has attained puberty, right? And this can be marked by significant changes. You're now seeing it. You see the child shoot up in height, put on so much gain. You see the boys, they begin to grow beards. You see the muscles expand. All these things are signs of puberty, and it is the early stage. It is the early stage of puberty, right? Now, the next one is the late. Okay, the next one is the mid-puberty. Now, the mid-puberty, this is the peak. This is the peak of puberty, which involves the development of secondary characteristics, secondary sexual characteristics. Now, this is the peak of puberty. This is between the age of 14 to 16 years. This is when puberty is at its peak. Almost all the developments are taking place at this time. Hormones are raging at this time. You see the child acting because of the various hormones that are in place, because of the various hormones that are in action at this point, right? So this is where the puberty is at its peak. Now, the next one is the late puberty stage. This is the final stage of puberty, marked by refinement of reproduction or reproductive organs and attainment of adult height. So at this stage, puberty begins to slow down. It's almost as though it has taken a stop. You can now, the child may no longer need to grow taller. Everything, all the secondary characteristics are well developed, all the organs are well developed, almost everything in the child's body is well developed. So this is the late pubertal stage. So we have 4 stages of puberty. We have the pre-pubertal stage, early pubertal stage, mid-pubertal stage, and the late pubertal stage. So all these things are characterized by hormones that are chemical messengers in the body, and these hormones somehow controls the behavioral patterns of children at this puberty stage. All right, so we look at the physical changes that occur during puberty. What are the physical changes we can see when a child is at puberty. Number one is the growth spurt. When children are attain puberty, you see growth, they shoot up in height, the weight gain, the development of organs, the body, everything, body hair, shoulder, deep voice. It is different for boys and girls. So this is what happens. The physical changes are parts of what happens during puberty. And then we have emotional changes. We have mood swings. Children, this minute they are happy, this minute they are sad, this minute they don't even understand themselves. It is characterized, all these things are influenced by puberty. The next one is increased sensitivity. When the child becomes so sensitive and they ask a lot of questions, inquisitivity, right? They ask so many questions, they ask so many, they want to know. Curiosity is characterized. This is also influenced by puberty. Now the next one is the desire for independence. This one is more prevalent in people at the mid and late stage of puberty. They want independence so much. They just want to be independent. They want so much freedom. Now, these freedoms are triggered by hormones in the body. And remember, like I've always mentioned, now the teenage brain is not fully developed because the frontal cortex that is responsible for decision making is not developed. So they are fond of, or they are prone to impromptu decision makings. They are prone to hasty decision making. But these decisions making most times are not their fault. All these are characterized by the influence. All these are influenced by the hormones that rage during puberty. All right, now we go to next one. Parents, as parents, what can you do at this point? What is your responsibility? How can you help them at this point? Number one, have open communication. Let us continue to communicate with them what is going on with them. This is the best time to build that connection, build that relationship, build that mend fences, so that you can be able to support your child at this point. Now the next one is sex education. It is very important that at this stage you begin to talk to your teenager about sex education. You begin to talk to them about things that happen in the body and what is expected of them, right? Now the next one, you begin to give emotional support, and at this stage you also emphasize your family value, things that are particular to you as a parent, things that are things that your family is known for. This is the best time to start teaching those sensitive topics. Now the next one, boundary setting. You have to set boundary. You have to teach consent, teach them body boundary, teach them to respect other people, and then teach them purity. This is the best time to bring up such topics. Okay, now the next one is positive reinforcement, because the hormone is always raging, because the hormone is acting up. It's always almost possible that the child may feel she's not loved, he's not loved, nobody cares, because all these things are not their fault, but all these things are the influence of the hormones that act up during puberty. So at this point, you begin to emphasize positive reinforcement. Make sure that you're always praising the child, you're always reinforcing the child, so they can be able to overcome this stage. Now the next one is teach personal hygiene. Yes, this is the best time to start talking about personal hygiene, body care, how to take care of their body, talk about body, taking care of your body, personal hygiene, hygienes and every other thing that has to do with personal hygiene. This is the best time to start talking about them. All right, this is the best time to start talking about them. So I hope you've learned something today. So if you're in Asaba, I have an open invitation for you. So on the 21st of this 21st, I beg your pardon, on the 21st of April 2025, we'll be hosting Teen Special Outing. We'll be hosting a picnic for teenagers in Asaba. So if you live in Asaba and you have a child between the age of 7 and above, I encourage you to sign up for that program. It's 5,000 naira. It's happening in Asaba. It's for teenagers. We have a lot of brands that are supporting us. We have a lot of personalities that are behind us, that have thrown their weight behind us. So we need to continue. We need to continue building. We need to continue bringing up positive programs so that our children don't get swayed away by the things that happen out there, so they don't get swept away by the floods of peer pressure, technology, social media, and every other thing out there. So this is the best time to put up positive programs so our children can learn and grow in a much positive way. So I encourage you to sign up for the program while we wait. Also, in the month of May, we'll be bringing you sex education. We'll be bringing you how to teach the birds and the bees, talking about the birds and the bees in a much polite and easy manner. That is indirectly talking about sex education in a much more fun way, without even feeling awkward or without even realizing that you're talking about sex education. My name is Isoma Kawepene. I'm the famous teens coach, body safety expert, sex educator. So until I come your way next week, it's bye from me. Bye.